night lights on the high bank line, chrome on the nose and fire in the spine. Engines rumbling like a back road storm. When that green flag drops, you better hang on. Daytona wind and the draft runs tight. Atlanta asphalt burning through the night. Every driver knows when the hammer drops, there ain't no mercy till the checker flag falls. Hear that thunder rolling through the stands, 40 trucks shaking every inch of land. Welcome to the Nitrozone, where the engines scream. Truck series warriors chasing the dream. From Daytona nights to Texas heat, rubbing fenders, yeah, the crowd's on their feet. Michigan speed and Talladega run, Vegas lights and Phoenix sun. When the tires bite and the crowd goes wild, Nitrozone racing, full throttle style. Our short track tempers run high, 3 wide battles every lap they got. Vegas lights where the gamblers play, one bad move takes it all away. Texas wide with the throttle down, Phoenix dog leg they're sliding around. Watkins Glen where the brave hold the line, road course thunder in the braking signs. When the green light hits his pedal to the floor, one man leaves with the crowd wanting more. Welcome to the Nitrozone, where the engines scream. Truck series warriors chasing the dream. From Daytona nights to Texas heat, rubbing fenders, yeah, the crowd on their feet. Michigan speed and Talladega run, Vegas lights and Phoenix sun. When the tires bite and the crowd goes wild, Nitrozone racing, full throttle style. Steel guitars in a southern roll, crowd on their feet begging for more. Pack racing wild at Talladega's line, Michigan draft in the summertime. Welcome to the Nitrozone, let the thunder fly.
Welcome to another Thursday night and the Nitrozone Racing League. My name is Chris Murphy in the booth with my good friend Tim White. We are here with the Nitrozone Racing Truck League at Iowa Speedway. So, first couple of weeks we were, let's see where to start off. We started at Daytona. We had a couple races under our belts here. First kind of short track of the season here for these guys. So, it's the Frontier 150 brought to you by Andrew Thompson Racing. Qualifying just getting underway here. We'll see if we can get anybody out on the racetrack here. We've got Chase Monzalowski. So Tim, hey buddy, how you feeling about Iowa tonight? It's going to be a pretty exciting one. It kind of acts like a short track, kind of acts like a super speedway. It's 7/8 of a mile long. Kind of a unique place to get around.
Yeah, 7/8 of a mile. It's got that oval shape, so you can go after it. But this track allows a lot of multi-lane racing, so there's going to be a lot of 3-wide action. You'll have a lot of long green flag runs at a track like this, but with those multi-lane racing always comes difficulty and cautions.
So we've got cars out on the racetrack right now. It's Chase Monzalowski there with a 23.559. Wyatt Youngblood right there behind him. As we're getting going here, we'll take a look at the current point standings after 2 races here in the Nitrozone Racing League. Chase Smith leading our point standings after he picked up 1 win this season. Zachary Mertz in second. Evan Adams in the 3rd spot. Kobe Luca, one of the owners here, and I know Kobe is here tonight. I think there was a chance he might not show up, but I do see him in the lobby. Austin Reyes, Wyatt Youngblood, Jordan Jung with our first winner of the first race of the season at Daytona. Asa Bears, Colin Lewis rounds out our top 10. And then it's Luigi Gonzalez, Jeffrey Clifton, Richie Gaines, Jackson Kepley, Michael Bozina, and Brady Schaub. We're going to round out our 16 cars in the points right now. Looks like we've got about 19 or 20 here with us tonight. So let's take a look here one more time at the top of where we at qualifying right now, so we can see Youngblood here. He's a little bit different paint job on the truck. He's going to spin it around there off the wall. Everybody kind of likes to end their qualifying lap in the blaze of glory there.
Yeah, they kind of like to have a little bit of fun after they run their qualifying lap there.
All right, so it looks like we got Dale Adamson out here on the racetrack. Adamson, I had a struggle with Dale's name last time too. So Dale Adamson out on the racetrack in the 46 and try to get his lap in. Brady Shaw comes across and put himself back in 13th. Adamson no better than 12th right there on his first lap. Let's see if he's got something a little better here on his second lap around. Chase Mazelowski there with the pole. Nicholas LaFrance moves himself up into second. Nolan Crane in the third spot. We're keeping an eye right now on Dale. He comes across the line here. Let's see if he can improve that 14th spot. Up to the pole.
Top spot.
Fast time out there for Dale Adamson. I think we had Dale on the webcam as well. He's yeah, top left corner, a little dark there, but you can see Dale. So we've got 5 cameras out there. Colin Lewis, he's celebrating his second. You can see him down there in the little camera down on the bottom. He was celebrating his second in the qualifying right there. So thanks to Dale, Andrew, Mr. Cool Thompson, Evan Adams, Mason Olney, and Colin Lewis all sharing their webcams with us tonight. Really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, that was a great lap there by Adamson. He just nipped out Thompson there for that time.
Let's see, we've got Brian Post out on the racetrack right now. And let's see, Brian's going to make his lap around here, coming off of 2 down the back straightaway. See where he can get up on the chart. Mason only comes across the line, no better than 18th on his. Looks like that's going to be the only lap he's going to get in, so Mason going to pull in. Brian doesn't look like he has very good pace there off the corner, so 13th, it looks like that's about where he's going to be. So 38 seconds left to go here in qualifying. How many laps were we running? I should pay attention to these things here.
I think we're running about 151 laps, but I can't be sure. 131, 150 laps.
I got a schedule there to see if it tells me. Let's see, 131 laps, 115 miles here at Iowa.
A lot of laps.
A lot of laps. All right, so Dale Adamson's going to take the top spot here in qualifying as we watch Brian Post making his way around, but he's going to be done. So qualifying is coming to an end. Dale Adamson, Andrew Thompson, Colin Lewis, Chase Mazelowski, Nicholas LaFrance right there in the 4th spot. So we're going to get gridded up here. We've got about a minute and a half to go. As we're getting ready to get lined up right here, let's take a look at our Whitey Sharks keys to victory.
Yeah, you've got a track here that's got multi-groove racing. Drivers can run low, middle, and high at this track, so you got to identify the best groove. And this track's going to evolve a little bit, so you got to make sure you find that right one. Second one's going to be pass at will. This is one of them short tracks that you can pass a lot. There's a lot of room for passing. Frequent passing is going to be something that everybody's going to have opportunities to do and move through the field. And then the third one here, tire wear balance. You want to run this track at a balanced rate. You don't want to be going full bore here early, as this track is incredibly abrasive. Your tire fall off is pretty significant in a race like this. So you want to kind of run a balanced race. You can get a lot of long green flag runs here. So conserving that tire wear is going to be very important. Those are your 3 keys, Chris.
Excellent. Thanks, Tim. Really appreciate it. We're going to get started here on our lineup. Let's see here. We've got appreciate you being here with us tonight here on DRSN, bringing you coverage to the race number 3 of the Nitrozone Racing League, Season 2 of their truck series. We've got we're going to cover every single race of this season all throughout the year, but we're going to get our starting lineup going here. And on the pole, in the number 46 truck with a blistering time there in qualifying, Dale Adamson right there on the pole. Andrew Thompson, his outside. This race is sponsored by Andrew, Mr. Cool Thompson, no Frontier 115. We're going to get back to row number 2 in the 3rd spot. Colin Lewis and Chase Mazelowski, Mozzarella, they like to call him here, starting in the 4th position. Back to row number 3, it is Nicholas LaFrance and Nolan Crane. In the 4th row, starting inside in the 7th, in his new Dodge Ram White, Youngblood and Luigi Gonzalez. Back to the 5th row, Evan Adams and Asa Burse. And we'll get back to row number 6. Jeff Clifton, and Charlie Birch. Tim?
Yeah, back in row 7, we've got Brian Post and George Krafidis there at P14. Back in row 8, looking at that number 64 of Lieben Van Leer and the 93 Chevy of Austin Rez on the outside. Back in row 9, we've got Brady Schaub in his Ram truck and Mason Olney in the number 35. And in row 10, Michael Boyd and Zachary Mertz in that 99 Ford. Chris?
Starting back in 21st, inside row number 11, Brady Zeller. And to his outside, Shane Morris. And lone car in the back of the field. Starting in the 23rd spot, Kobe Luca. All right, we'll roll down the back straightaway here. Actually, we're coming off turn number 4 there. We're going to go green flag here. We're going to watch the pace car pull down into the infield. Looks like my map on my... We're going to go around one more time here. So normally we go green after one lap around. So looks like we're going to take an extra pace lap. I think we've got a few drivers that are starting from the infield. So as we're going around here, we're going to bring up... So we showed you this a little bit earlier. So we got 5 drivers here sharing their webcams with us tonight. Really appreciate Dale, Andrew, Evan, Mason, and Colin. Colin, you got to get your camera wide angle there for us. You kind of... I'll have to see if I can zoom that in or not. But appreciate you guys sharing your inside cam. Let us into your homes. Dale's racing in the red light there, man. He's got his
in the red light district.
Yeah, and he's got
ready to go.
He's got his skeleton gloves on. Most of these kids don't know what the red light is.
I know.
So Dale Adamson going to bring us to the line. That's a new paint job for Andrew there in that nice bright pink. You know, a lot of times we like to paint our cars nice and bright like that so people see you when you're spun out so they don't hit you on the racetrack. But, all right, so we're going to come to the green flag off at turn number 4. Adamson and Thompson, and it's going to be Thompson, or excuse me, Adamson with a good jump down into 1. Up on the outside is Thompson, but Lewis alongside down there on the bottom was able to clear Thompson going and coming off a 2 down there, and also Chase Madzalowski. So that outside line did not get a very good run. We're pretty spread out here. Not a great start all throughout the field.
Yeah, it was kind of a backup there right at the start and kind of spread everybody out. But it's probably a good thing. You're going to get green flag runs, real long ones here anyway, so it's already setting up to be like that.
And it's Dale Adamson going to bring us to the stripe to lead lap number 1. I see Zach up in the... Oh, Zachary Mertz typing in the YouTube chat. Hope he's got his hands on the wheel and not trying to type at the same time, but appreciate you being up there, Zach. So Dale jumped out front.
Texting and driving.
Yeah, texting and driving. So Dale jumped out front right here, sat on the pole. He has led every lap, all 2 of them anyway at this point, so we're going to complete lap number 3. But it's Dale Adamson, Andrew Thompson, Colin Lewis. We looked throughout the field, pretty much single filed out. I don't really see anybody... No side-by-side racing really going on. Here we go. Charlie Birch up on the outside. It looks like Youngblood down to his inside. Oh, a little bit looser out the corner. Somebody caught the wall. Oh, Birch and the... Birch gets together with... It looks like that is Adams to his inside. He's still trying to save that truck. Adams looks like he wants to come up there and finish him off right there, but Birch is going to get it straightened out.
Yeah, he looked like he was struggling to keep handle right there, so it's a good job by him to get it straightened back out.
He's got the 1 truck now. It's 64 is loose again right there. That's Post. Trying to click on him there. There he goes. The Post is going to spin around right at the start-finish line. It looks like we're not going to get a caution. But
yeah, that's just a result of trying to push it too hard with cold tires.
Yeah, just lost the back of the truck there off of turn number 4. And here comes our leaders now coming around. Dale Adamson right now, Thompson. So Adamson looking really strong. Stretched out to almost a full second advantage over our second place run in Thompson right now.
Yeah, he's pulled away pretty good, but like I said, you know, he's running those tires pretty hard. And I talked a little bit about having a balanced run. He's running a little hard. He's probably going to have some tire wear here in about 10-15 laps. If those guys behind him are going to catch him.
We jump back here to the back. You can see Graffitis right there trying to chase down Birch right there behind him. You see Asa Burst and Jeff Clifton going at it. Clifton's had kind of an up and down year. Ended up on his roof at Daytona. Had a pretty decent run going last week. Let's see if he can regroup right now. Right now he started back in 11th and he's lost a couple of spots. His Burst is going to catch the outside wall coming off of 2 down the back straightaway in that 77 Burger King truck. That's going to allow Clifton to get by on the bottom of him for that 12th spot.
Yeah, another one just kind of washed up, got the wall there, but good job by him again, hanging on to it.
So it looks like most of our leaders run around the bottom of the racetrack. You can see Nolan Crane back there in the 6th truck taking a little bit higher entry than everybody else, kind of going up about 2 or 3 car lengths off the bottom of the racetrack. Doesn't really seem to be paying off for him, but it may save his tires a little more in the long run. We'll see how that works, because you're definitely going to use up your tires a little bit more the tighter you try to keep that truck down to that white line.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going low in this. He's going low here, and he's going high in the in 3 and 4. So yeah, he's probably saving a little bit, making sure that he's around at the end of this green flag run.
So let's see here. Can we find a little bit of racing action? It looks like everybody kind of single filed out right now. Everybody being a little patient. We see back here at Birch now. Looks to the inside of the one truck at Cofidis, but not able to make a move. And this is just, like we talked already a couple times here, Tim, it's just the really fun thing here with Iowa. There is just multiple grooves, and you can see guys on the bottom, up in the middle, and I think we're going to see guys way up at the top of the racetrack before this thing's over with.
No, I think you're exactly right. And yeah, there's three good grooves that develop at this track, sometimes 4. And it's going to evolve as this race goes on. The more rubber that gets laid down on the track, the racing lines are going to change.
And we jump on board here with Jeff Clifton as he's trying to chase down to 80, and you can see Jeff just exactly running that middle. Go, Birch gets really loose right there in front of him. We've been fortunate to kind of be on the right camera at the right time a couple times here early, so producer luck, I guess. So that's going to let
great camera work there, Chris Murphy.
So Birch once again gets loose. That's going to let Clifton get by one more time on the bottom of the racetrack. Keep an eye on our leaders right now. Not missing anything up front right there. Cofidis now has made his way around Clifton. He's working his way up onto the 18 in LaFrance. See some side-by-side racing going on back there with Mertz and the 99. A few guys with different paint jobs this week. I probably should have made sure I updated my training paints to make sure everything was right here tonight, because that kind of looks like a pretty plain paint job on Zach's truck there.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those out there. I'm going to be interested to see how the pit stops work. If we get to green flag pit stops, I'm going to see how well these guys can get in and out of pit lane there on a shorter track.
Yeah, pit stops. We're not quite sure on the fuel window right now as the trucks go gray while I'm updating the training paints to make sure we have all the correct liveries on the trucks there. As you can see, Dale's changes to a black truck there as we get going here. So yeah, we definitely didn't have all the paint skins loaded, paint jobs loaded with Cofidis now in the number 1 Petco sponsored truck. So, and these guys spend a lot of time on these paint jobs. If we don't update those, we always hear about it later. So we try to do it beforehand.
You better put those on air. You better put those on the air.
But Adamson's still out in front. He's like every single lap of this race so far. Let's see what we got here. So get back through the field. We got a little battle going on here with Morris, Van Leer, and Olney right there. And it looks like the 99 of Mertz up on the outside, kind of blinking a little bit. That 99 Fastenal Target. Got his hands full with the 75 of Morris down on the bottom. Morris putting up a good fight down here, but this is battling back for about 16th, 17th, and 18th right now.
Yeah, and I was just kind of taking a look at the relative here. It looks like that 27 car is starting to reel in the 46 here, just little by little. So you can tell that that leader's getting a little bit of tire wear going. You'll see these guys catch up pretty quick.
Yeah, gap's down. It wasn't a little over a second. It's now down to about 9/10 of a second right now. So Thompson trying to gain some ground up, and we're going to see. You kind of mentioned it there in the early laps, Tim, that maybe Dale's using up a little bit of his stuff. We're going to have to see how that plays out, as we're already coming up on lap traffic. It looks like they've got the 22 of Zeller right there in front of him. Actually, Zeller's out of this race. And actually, Birch. What happened to Charlie Birch? Charlie Birch looks to be
back in 20th.
Yeah, so
he's on the track.
So something happened to Charlie. He was up there running. He was up there in a battle up in the middle of the pack, but he's now fallen up. He's actually going to go a lap down here, as he's got our leader, Dale Adamson right on his back bumper.
He might have ran a little bit too hard, and he's starting to get tire wear. Maybe he's just backing off that much, but I can't imagine he'd be backing off to the point where he'd go a lap down. There's got to be something else going on there.
So I am looking up in the YouTube chat. We see Kobe Lucas chimed in there. DNF did not get to start this race. The DNS for Kobe had technical difficulties with his wheel. So unfortunate, just like It's like happens in real racing. Sometimes you just don't even make it out there. I got a little story. We were at a 2-night event down in Wairika, California, with our modified one night, and we're second the second day. We're basically in a campground right off the racetrack, and we're tuning the car up, and my dad's, you know, kind of cranking the engine up, and he was zinging it pretty hard, as I used to call it, right? And he blew the damn motor up in my car right there in the campground.
Well, thanks, Dad.
We didn't get to run the second race. Yeah. I mean, it just threw a piston right out the bottom of it.
Oh, that's definitely unfortunate.
All right, we got a little racing going on here. Look at this, the 93, the 2, and the 60 of Van Leer going at it. So that is Shaw, Perez, and Van Leer. Good racing going on back in the middle of the pack. This is for 13th, 14th, and 15th right now.
And you got Shane Morris back there too. Looks like he's trying to get into that mix.
Yeah, Shane in the 75 trying to close up on the back of these. He started back in 22nd. He's up 6 spots. He's our biggest mover in the race right now, up 6 spots. So that's 75. What's that? The Cartoon Network truck trying to make his way up through the field here. I get back up to
He's gaining a lot of time in the corners.
Yeah, he looks like he's getting into the corner really well. Right now, he is closing up on the back of this battle. And these guys running side by side in front of him is really helping out his run as well. So you see Van Leer and Rez and Morris closing in right there behind him. We jump back to the front, though. Andrew Thompson. We're going to jump in the truck here with Andrew as he is trying to chase down Andrew Mr. Cool is what we dubbed him last week. You can see he's trying to run down the 46 at Adamson right now. He's about a second back, so he's gained a couple of tenths, lost a couple of tenths, but he's been hanging around right about that 1 second area for about the last 10 laps or so. We'll have to see if he has anything for him.
Yeah, he's actually gained a pretty positive 3 tenths.
Yeah, last time
he was at 1 point. He's at like 1.1 away right now. He's at 0.84.
Yeah,
he's getting there.
Yeah, last time by he was about a 10th and a half second faster than Adamson right now as well. So just kind of sneaking up on there as we look through the field. Wyatt Youngblood and Luigi Gonzalez going at it here. This is for 6th and 7th. Youngblood down on the bottom of the racetrack. Youngblood ran into a few troubles here the last couple of races as well, but he is looking pretty good here tonight. He started in 7th right now, hanging on to that 7th spot as he tries to clear Gonzalez, see if he can set his sights on top 5 there of Nolan Crane.
Yeah, Wyatt Youngblood. It looks like he's running a pretty smart race here, keeping that 44 up the top side up there. But at the same time, I think the 44 wants to be up there, and he's keeping that 37 down below to get him to wear them tires out.
Evan Adams in the 12. One of our other webcam drivers right here. We'll take a little ride with Evan. If I can find him on my. There we go. So Evans,
I find it strange that he's using that Indy F1 wheel.
Yeah, he must be comfortable with it. You know, I mean,
seems to be working.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to upgrade my wheel. I've got the small Moza R3 wheel, and I'd actually like to go to like a 12 or 13 inch wheel, especially for this oval track stuff. Especially for some of the stuff we do on the super speedways, the bigger wheel would be really nice.
Yeah, no, I've got the regulation NASCAR wheel on my Fanatec DD1.
Jump up here. Crane and Modulowski going at it right now. Crane on the bottom, Chase up on the outside in the 67. This is for 4th and 5th right now. 30 laps into this run, I'm probably expecting, I would think pit stops on this length of a track probably around lap 50 to 60 would be my guess. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I think you're right. Probably 50, 55 laps, depending on, I know for fuel it'll be about 55, 60, but for tires, if they're running them hard, you're looking at about 50 to 55 laps max, I think.
And look at this as we jump back up to the front of the pack. We got Adamson right there still leading this race, but Andrew Thompson right there behind him now. Only about 5 or 6 truck lanes back. They've got the lap car of Brian Post in the 64 kind of in the middle of them right now. So Thompson needs to clear that lap truck if he's going to have a chance here, but he is making us some ground in a hurry. It's now down about 0.6 of a second, but he has got to get around Post here if he is going to have a chance to catch Adamson here. Post not really giving him a lot of space, and that's the thing with NASCAR. You don't have to pull over and get out of the way like you do in some of these other racing leagues. You just got to kind of hold a line, and that's the thing. Just hold a good line, and that's what Post is doing right there. He's giving Thompson a way to get around, and Thompson just got to earn it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's probably best to go ahead and just run a straight line, stay in one lane, and let everybody else get around you. Now, like I said, you know, that leader, he got out to a good jump. You know, he got a good gap there, but now you can see what I was talking about. His tires are starting to wear, and they're catching. So I kind of knew that this was going to happen. He was going to come back to the pack, but nonetheless, still running a good race right now.
Yeah, Addison on the bottom right there through 1 and 2, pushed up a little bit, getting into 3 that last time by. But you can
link out there.
Another lap truck of Mertz, so we're really leaders getting into some heavy lap traffic right now. They've lapped up to the 18th place for running Brian Post right now, and right in front of them, they're going to have a little bit more lap traffic. You can see, I think that is Mason Only going to be the next truck a lap down. Shane Morris also up there in front of him.
Yeah, I think that these lap cars here, they just kind of struggled with grip, and they got a little nervous, and they haven't really been throttling in hard. Cautions out.
First caution, like it looks like it's Brady Schaub. See Brady down here.
A lot of damage to the front end of that truck.
Into the infield pit wall. Looks like maybe Asa Burst also involved. We'll see if we can see what happened here. Jump back to our DSN replay. You can see that's Graffitis on the outside, Burst down on the bottom. And Burst just kind of pushes up the racetrack. I got to guess maybe he's going to come across a nose of Graffitis here a little bit. Just kind of.
I just lost it.
Yeah, just lost it off the corner. It comes across the nose of Graffitis there in the 1. I'm not sure what happened to Schaub. It must have been another incident at the same time. We take a look at the 2 truck back here. Let's see where. Oh, Brady just doesn't.
Oh no!
Just did not see the 77 sitting across the racetrack.
I was wondering where that front end damage came from. Well, now we know.
Now we know exactly where it came from. We'll take another look at it here.
That was a big hit.
We'll ride on board here with Schaub coming off of 4. And as you can see, I mean, you can see the 77 up there in front of him. And I think he thinks he's going to move out of the racetrack, or he's going to reset in the 77. And then at the last second, Brady tries to turn down the racetrack and just clobbers the side of the 77. Speed. So I think he was really anticipating that the 77 would be out of the way by the time he got there.
He had to have.
All right, so I think we're going to probably see pits. I see a few trucks that have taken advantage coming into the pits, but it's mostly from about 14th on back, our leaders. Let's see here. It looks like, no, everybody did come into the pits while we were goofing around with replays. So
yeah, they would. I would imagine.
I would think so. Yeah,
would have to come in. Yeah.
All right, so while we're going to get back to the ring, we're going to step away from just a second and you're going to get a word here from AI Chief, one of our new sponsors. If you need a crew chief, some crew chief advice during the race, check out AI Chief. They're just getting this software rolling out, but they've been really good to us, and we'll be right back.
You are watching Precision Entertainment. Let's take a quick break from the action of the Cyber Thunder Rush Championship Series, presented by me, AI Chief. Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief, your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief, you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got you.
All right, we are back live at Iowa with the Nitrozone Racing League. Going to go back to green flag after our first caution on lap 36. We're going to go back to green flag on lap number 40, the start of lap number 40 anyway. As Dale Adamson has led every single lap of this race right now. Andrew Thompson in the second spot on his outside. Andrew was closing in on the end of that long run. He looked to be better at the end of the long run. Let's see if he can do here, but Dale gets a fantastic jump off the line, and actually Thompson's going to kind of fall asleep on that outside. That's going to let the 29 Lewis sneak by for second. Thompson into third. Chase Matalowski, Nolan Crane right there fighting it out for fourth side by side. We got a few side by side. Oh, they're going to look to make it 3 wide right here. Lewis down to the bottom. Thompson in the middle. Crane to his outside. I hope Thompson sees Crane out there. He does. He's going to hold on that middle groove right there. So we're 3 wide for that third, fourth, and fifth position as we head into turn number 1.
Yeah, Chris, and this is the part of the race where you're going to start to see that evolution of the track. You're going to start to see a couple of prominent racing lines develop here. You're going to see these guys start to take advantage of it. You can see 3 wide racing at Iowa is pretty dicey, but these guys held it together.
So Adams is still holding on to the lead right there. Crane in the second spot. Now Thompson held on that second spot for a long time, but he is now falling back to 5th after a not so great start for him on the restart. So let's see what he groups up here. Let's see if that long run comes into play for him. We had a 36 laps of green flag racing early on. We've got 89 laps left to go in this race right now. So I'm assuming we're going to have to make at least one more stop at some point. But it's Adamson, Lewis, and Crane right now, your top 3.
Yeah, I was going to say that these guys are going to have to stop at least one more time here. And if they can get this, we went, 36 laps on that first run. If they can get over 40, 45 laps on this run, they're going to start to see some real hairy action with tire wear. You can see that outside line is a little bit better than the inside right now. So we'll see how this track evolves as they go.
All right, so we're kind of single filed out here in the top 3. Thompson's got his hands full with Adams right now. We jump over our in-car cameras. We can see Evan Adams down in the kind of the lower left. Thompson up in the upper right as they're going battling here side for this 5th and 6th spot right now. So Adams going to get a line down on the inside, heading into the corner, into turn number 3. Coming off of 2, right? Actually off of 4 right there, is going to take that spot away from Thompson.
12 had a huge run coming into that turn, and there was nothing 27 could do, just let him go by.
The Youngblood back there in the 7th spot. He's kind of closing up on the back of this battle as well. Look back throughout the back of the pack. Our biggest mover of the race right now is still Shane Morris, up 7 spots, kind of on the racetrack by himself right now. Started in 22nd, now up to 15th. Been kind of consistent right around that same area this whole race. We've got a side-by-side battle going on here with Clifton, and it looks like the 18 of LaFrance.
Yeah, you see the 60 on the outside there is running that outside. They're getting a little bit better run on that outside line. You can see it coming out of that corner right there. The 60 is going to take the 18 here.
It looked like there might have been a little bit of damage on the right front of LaFrance's truck. And Van Leer, that's the second time he's now caught the wall. At least on our camera, he's caught the wall. But it looks like a little bit of damage to that right front of LaFrance.
Oh, easy.
Van Leer gets a little sideways right there. I didn't know if he had a little help from the one of Birch or not, but
I think he just got a little too aggressive in the corner and sent it too deep. Oh, they're getting together right there.
I was on the right camera for a second, switched off. Birch into the wall right there. We'll jump back up here and catch this battle with Graffitis and LaFrance. LaFrance in the 18, Graffitis right there in the one Petco sponsored truck right there trying to reel him in. And we're going to take a look at GKR Racing, George Graffitis Racing, Chase Matalowski up there in 3rd, Youngblood in 7th, George back here in 10th spot. We're putting on a good 3. He's got 3 trucks in the race, all 3 in the top 10 right now, but up front, it is still all Dale Adamson.
And Adamson, just like in the first start of the race, he took a nice big lead and just kept running it. These guys started to reel him in on the long green run. If they go more than 36, he may be battling for a spot for this next pit stop.
So appreciate y'all being here with us tonight for week number 3 of the Nitrozone Racing League. If you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button out there. We're trying to get the channel built up. We're up to about 320 subscribers out there. We're trying to hit that magic 500 number. So if you haven't done it yet, hit that button, give us a like. But again, we've got a bunch of different races coming up on DRSN. Tomorrow night, we're going to have our first event with a Half Decent Racing League. Xfinity Racing tomorrow night for the Half Decent Racing League. Going to be our first coverage of them. They're about 7 weeks into the season, but they reached out to us, so it's going to be a fun one. Then we'll be back next Tuesday night with the Dirty Old Bastards, the DOB 360 Sprint Series at the dirt track at Charlotte. So a full week of racing coming up next week. We'll bring those all to you here in just a little bit. We're back to action here, though, with Addison, Lewis, and Crane. Your top three. Chase Metzalowski's now got himself up to fourth. He's trying to catch Crane in that sixth truck. And Thompson, Thompson just really struggling here. I mean, man, he looked really good at the end of that last run. We'll have to see if he comes back to life here, but held second for a long time, Tim. Now he's back to sixth.
Yeah, he's been falling off a little bit. I think he might be trying to save to get a better run towards the end, but he's just been kind of struggling with the truck. You can see him kind of getting just slightly loose on the exit. So hopefully he can correct that and get himself back up in that top five.
Yeah, and I look up at the last lap by, and the top six all within about 0.2 of a second of each other. So everybody running similar lap times. As we jump back here and take a look at Van Leer, LaFrance, and Olney now has worked his way up into this fight in the 35. Must be a lap truck down there on the bottom. I think that is. That's the 80 of Birch. And we get another caution flag in the air. It looks like it's, let's see, who was this involved here? It looks like it might have been, I think it might have been Burst again in the 77.
Well, this caution is gonna change things a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see what strategy everybody uses here.
So Bert's out on the outside of Zachary Mercer in the 99. Let's see what happens here. Zachary kind of blinks out on us here. And first, Asa just kind of loses the truck there.
Just got loose.
That's the second time now the 77's been around. I'm kind of surprised the caution came out, but I don't know if race control threw that, if that was an automatic caution, but Bird's involved in another second caution. And like you said, it's definitely going to change us up. We're, 55 laps into this race, 76 laps to go. We're going to see who comes into the pits. We see Crane. Oh, Crane and...
Ooh, fake out.
Little fake out right there. Clifton ends up coming down pit road.
I think these guys are going to grab fuel and 2 tires and get back out there.
Yeah, we call it the old okey doke.
The old okey doke.
Okey doke.
Got it.
But Crane pulled
Still haven't fallen for it yet.
All right, so Dale Adams, take a look at our lap. We're like, it's going to be a pretty boring list here. It's all Dale Adamson right there. 57 laps into this race. He's led them all. Started on the pole.
Yeah, he's figured this track out. I think he's probably got a lot of experience on this track. He knows how it runs. He's been fortunate to get these cautions so that he can, cool the tires down or change the tires and stay out front.
Yeah, and you can see Kobe Luca, teammates are Limitless Motorsports. Kobe did not take the green flag here tonight, so Adamson left out there on the racetrack by himself. We take a look at some of our team rosters here. Frontier Motorsports, it looks like Adamson's going to dive down to the pits there. Interesting strategy right there. Yeah, so maybe can they go 75 laps on a tank of fuel? I'm not quite sure, but that's going to put the 29 and Colin Lewis out in front. His teammate here at Frontier Motorsports, Andrew Thompson and Brady Schaub. We jump back here and take a look. We looked at George Kofidis racing earlier with Chase Mazelowski, Youngblood, and George Kofidis himself. All 3 trucks in the top 7 right now. RFK Racing with Lieben Van Leer and Zachary Mertz running 8th and 17th. We also have the Charlie Birch Racing team. And they're all nose to tail right there, 16th, 17th, 18th right now. I think they're all maybe in the pits at the moment too. So let's see who.
Maybe they've got something up their sleeve.
Leviathan Motorsports, the lone driver, is Jeff Clifton out here tonight. The Iron Crusades Motorsports, and I wish we could show this logo a little better, but Shane Morris, the only participating driver here tonight, Iron Crusade, and then I think we have one more, Michael Boyd Racing here in the 21. He's back in 21st, and I don't think Michael actually took a green flag tonight. So we've got 20 trucks started, 20 trucks still out on the racetrack. And our leader, his lights are out on the pace car right now on the iRacing Mustang pace car. Colin Lewis, Nolan Crane, James Mazelowski, Evan Adams. So Colin Lewis is our second leader of the race. And it looks like the lucky dog is going to go to Charlie Birch here.
Yeah, Charlie Birch is going to get lucky there. He's got to get back on that lead lap. But, you know, once you are, anything can happen here.
So one thing I want to mention is some of the graphics that you're seeing that were used here on the broadcast, it all come from my buddy Shane Cochran from Collateral Damage Sports Network. If you do your own broadcast or use SDK for anything and you're looking for some of these overlays as we use in this software, check him out on the SDK Discord. Shane will definitely hook you up. He's a good dude, and he's put together a lot of stuff for a lot of different people. You'll see his graphics used on a lot of different broadcasts now, so, and we're just happy to work with him. We're going to go green here off of 4. Lewis and Crane. Let's see what kind of start Colin Lewis can get here as we go green flag in the air one more time. Oh, he breaks the tires loose right there. That's going to allow the 6 of Crane to get by him there on the outside. Evan Adams there in the 12 is also alongside of Lewis now in through 1 and 2. So not a great start for Colin Lewis, but he's looking to get a good run down the back straightaway.
Yeah, a little tire spin there on the start, but it looks like everybody recovered well from it. They're going to do well. They've got 3 lanes of racing going right now, so I'm sure these guys are going to want to settle in for another long green run.
Yeah, so Youngblood right in the middle right there. That's a pretty tight spot. He's going to back out. I think he thinks the better of it. Lifts out of the throttle. Lets Medzalowski get down on the bottom of the racetrack. Youngblood there in second. That's Adams to his outside. The 27 of Thompson right there behind him. We got 3 ride racing going on back here in the back of the rear of the field too. You can see Austin Rez on the outside of the 35 of Mason Only. We got side-by-side racing all throughout the field right now, but right now our third different leader of the race is Nolan Crane. He has found his way to the front here. Lewis with not a great start, kind of aided Crane to get to the lead here, but he's doing a good job of hanging on.
Yeah, it looks like he found that middle lane is going to be faster for him. You can see right there he stays up towards the middle of that corner. It looks like to be working for him. He's pulling away a little bit.
All right, 62 down, 69 to go, 131 lap race. So we're getting close to halfway here. Good battle going on for second right here with Lewis and Medzalowski. Youngblood, nice run to the outside. So we're once again. These guys are just really showing us here, Tim, just as we've talked so many times already through the show, just the multiple grooves here at Iowa.
Yeah, these multiple grooves, it makes for exciting racing at a short track, and you know it eliminates the single file stuff. You've got multiple choices here to race, and these guys are doing a great job of using all of them.
Okay, somebody down to the inside.
You got one
wall
in
back
the
there.
end. Ooh, big hit.
I think that was Post. I think it was Brian Post, as he's already jumped to the pits. Yeah, it was Brian Post. We're staying green, so we'll take a quick look at it and see what happened. So we can see Post down here on the bottom of the racetrack.
He just got the apron.
Yeah, got the apron, and that's going to make the car loose. He's going to lose the back of the trucker, is my guess.
Yep.
No, he's trying to pull. I don't know what he's trying to do here. I think maybe it was.
Yeah, he just goes sideways. He's down on the apron. He can't.
I think he kind of quit. I think he quit.
Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
It did kind of look like it. Looked like he just said, "You know what, I'm done," and he just kind of pulled off the racetrack. So I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
No, you're good. I was just saying, you know, when you're on that apron down there, it's flat. There's a lot of dirt and marble there. There's no traction down there, so it could be. Just got on the apron and couldn't get it back straight.
All right, bring up our webcams there one more time. We can see Andrew Thompson there in the top right. He's sitting there running in fourth right now. Colin Lewis down there in the bottom of the screen. Evan Adams. So 3 of our drivers on the cams all sitting there in the top 5 right now. Dale Adamson, our leader. Mason Only right there as well. So
yeah, and if you look at Mr. Thompson there in the upper right-hand corner,
did you happen to catch that from Adamson right there? He's just Mr. Cool, man. He's just picking up, getting a little toke there of his vape pen right there.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah, under green flag. But he's down here in 14th now after taking that late pit stop. So we're going to see if that worked out. I mean, maybe he's got a better information than we do, so potentially he saw that he could make it to the end if he pitted there late. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what the fuel mileage is in these trucks for this race. So
yeah, I'm not real sure about that either, but I think he took those first 2 starts where he got a nice big jump, and he was holding them off for many laps. So I think he's probably thinking, you know, since I was way out front like that, maybe I can come in, get some tires, start back here, and work my way to the front, driving the same way.
Yeah, we take a look at the 15 of Clifton now. as we've got another pass for the lead. As Crane's going to go back to the front. We've got a battle for the lead here as Lewis and Crane side by side. Lewis back down to the bottom, Crane in the middle of the racetrack. We're 2 by 2 here for from about first to sixth there. Crane and Lewis right here. Then we've got Medzalowski and Thompson side by side. Thompson back on the bottom of the racetrack. And then it's Clifton and Youngblood side by side for 5th and 6th. So fantastic racing going on up here in the front at the end of this long run. We pitted back on lap 36. We're at lap 70 right now. So we're past the halfway mark. 61 laps left to go. And right now it's Crane out in front. Clifton climbing his way up here. He's up 7 spots. He's now our biggest mover of the race from 11th up to 7th. So watch that 15 truck. He is coming to the front.
Yeah, he is. And Lewis right here, you can see when he's in the corner as he's exiting, he's getting a lot of grip and he's making a lot of ground in that 6. And you'll see right here in this corner, you see the jump he gets right here. You can see he didn't leave him any room, so he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, and Cliff,
he's getting a great run out of 2 or 4 there.
Yeah, Lewis wanted to come down across the bottom of the 6, but Clifton got up there and occupied that spot. And look at the run that Clifton is getting into the corner. The 6 gets a little loose on the outside. That's going to let Jeff Clifton take the lead here as they head down into turn number 3, and they got the lap truck of Zachary Mertz and the 99 right in front of him. Clifton doing a great job down at the bottom of the racetrack. He pitted. You know, here's the thing right now is what we failed to mention. Clifton's got 20 lap newer tires on his truck. He pitted on that last caution flag when all these other guys didn't.
Yep, and you can see the evidence of that. He's pulling away. That 99 right there is really causing a real problem with these guys behind him. And the more trouble he causes, the further away that Clifton's going to get.
Yeah, Zachary's in about 13 laps down. I'm not quite sure what happened there to him, but you can see this.
It's getting squeezed.
Where did the 99 go? Did he just pull out of the way? I looked off to a different screen for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he pulled down onto the apron and got out of these guys.
Oh, it looks like he pulled down into the pit. So good battle going here for second. Nolan Crane on the outside. Look at Thompson's going to make it 3 wide as they head down into turn number 3. Crane's going to clear Medzalowski on the outside, but here comes Thompson with a good run through the center of the corner. But once again, we see the 6 truck of Crane getting loose. He's done that a couple of times now. Gets into the outside wall. That lets Thompson get back to second. Medzalowski's going to follow him by for 3rd. Youngblood down on the bottom of the racetrack now, but that 6 truck, he looks to be struggling now off the corner, especially off of 4. We've seen him lose the back of that truck now 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, Crane didn't want to have Zaleski go by him, so he was throttling, putting a little too much throttle in it. Got it loose.
Loose right there.
And you can see he's struggling with it right now.
Yeah, loose right there. Again.
Oh, he's turning contact. 37.
The 6 and the 37 get together. Oh, man, I didn't see
Lewis and Youngblood.
Let's try to see if anybody else got involved, and I see a couple cars up here slowing down. Trying to see if there's anybody else involved. Yeah, it was the 37 with Youngblood and 6 of Nolan Crane getting together. We'll see if we can see what happened here.
Yeah, I think what happened was Crane he was trying to throttle too much to try to stay with these guys, and it just broke loose. And he got right into the 37.
So we see the 6 up on the outside right there. He's chasing that truck up the racetrack, gets loose. Youngblood sneaks up underneath of him.
Stays off him.
Still stay off him. They both got a little bit loose right there at that point. We'll take another look at it here from a little bit different angle. Let's see if we can jump on board here with Youngblood. That's not a very good shot. We'll do the chase cam. The chase cam always works pretty good for this kind of stuff. We'll take a look.
Remember what I said, you got to drive this track in a balanced way. So you got to be easy on the throttle, easy on the brake.
So we see Youngblood down here on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to kind of push up a little bit. You can see the 6 already getting loose up there. Youngblood also pushes up the racetrack. He does a good job of holding it to the bottom, stays off the 6. The 6 just gets loose right there, comes down and catches that right rear quarter of the 37. And around they're going to go. And he just keeps finishing him off right here.
A little too much throttle. He didn't want to give up that spot. And, that's what happens.
And that's a scary spot to be sitting right there. Look at, I'm not sure who that was that sneaked by there, but not a fun spot to be sitting if you're Wyatt Youngblood. So unfortunate there. Looks like we're going to look who's back up front. Oh, we're going to all come down to the pit. So, all right, I gotta assume this could be the last pit stop.
Yeah, what do we got?
53 to go.
53 to go.
Yeah.
These guys could probably push it to full 53 now. If they keep it green, the ones that have been saving tires early in the run are going to be the ones you're going to want to watch for coming back up front at the end.
So let's take a look at our pit stop info right here. Austin Rez is going to come out with the lead. Looks like he only took 2 tires. So Rez is going to come out, have the lead here. Colin Lewis, everybody else took 4, so Rez, the only driver on 2 tires. We're going to see how that works out for him. Take a look, jump in the in-car cams with everybody here again under the caution. See who's relaxing. You can see Dale up in the top. Mr. Colt.
Well, we know Thompson's always relaxed.
Yeah, he's kicking back. Evan Adams there. Thanks again, guys, for sharing your cams with us. Really appreciate it. We got to get Colin to change this to a widescreen, though. I can't zoom in far enough. I don't think I can even. Can I zoom in on this cam? Let's see here. I'll have to try this here. I got some different settings here I can play with, but no.
He might be using his phone.
You know what? You're probably right. That's probably exactly what it is. Turn your phone sideways, Colin, next time. All right, but no, appreciate it, guys. Really do. Really appreciate it letting us in. It kind of adds another little layer to the broadcast for us.
I gotta say, Chris, you guys, you've got some great graphics on this broadcast. It's pretty state-of-the-art stuff. I'm impressed by what you guys do here.
Yeah, it's appreciate that, Tim. Really do appreciate you being here with us. But I got to give all the credit to my buddy Shane at Collateral Damage. So he puts a lot of this stuff together. All I got to do is click a bunch of buttons. But it's nice. One thing we do try to do is add a few things that you don't see in some other broadcasts. So we try to make it look better than I sound. So.
Well, that's good stuff. The guy does a great job, and I'm just glad to be part of it. Glad to be here with you, and I'm, honored that you've asked me to do this with you. It's a lot of fun, and hopefully we can keep doing this for a long time.
Oh, most definitely for sure. We're gonna get you started. We're gonna get you started on some of the software too. So, all right, we're gonna go green flag off of turn number 4. We're gonna pull up our another one of our little toys here. We're gonna jump in the truck here with. Well, that's not the one I wanted. There we go. With Austin Resin, you can see on the throttle right there, already up into 4th gear before he's even into turn number 1.
Over throttling. But he's got to be careful.
That is not going to be good. So he took 2 tires on that. Did not pay off him. He's up into the wall.
Sure
Actually,
didn't.
That's the 46 of Adamson into the wall. And we're going to pile it up right here. The 35 is going around. The Graffiti's going around. Crane's also involved there. Birch is involved. The 18 of Nicholas LaFrance involved in this one. You see Van Leer down on the bottom of our track. The 75 of Shane Morris involved. Multiple cars involved in this incident right here. Cautions breed cautions. We always say it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And especially early in these runs when your tires are cold. A lot of these guys took 4 tires, but they didn't let them warm up enough. We saw it in that in-car. These guys are just starting to over-throttle it a little bit. They got to balance it out. They got to be easy on the throttle, easy on the brake.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. We're going to take a look. It looks like it starts off.
Hard hit.
Somebody getting into the outside wall up there, and the Graffiti's down the bottom. Is that Thompson's way down at the bottom of the racetrack as well? We see Morris also in there as well. And then it looks like it might be happening.
Graffiti's comes right back up again.
Yeah, so let's take a look here at Graffiti's in the 1. We'll jump back here one more time.
So you can see Graffiti's come right back up onto the track and right into the side.
See if we can get a wider angle of this here. So the 27 of Thompson on the bottom, Graffiti's there on the 1. He's got it pretty much straightened out. Thompson way down there. Actually, it looks like the 80 kind of comes down into the 1 right there. Slides up into the 35. That collection. Yeah, nice job from Youngblood getting through there. He's going to get hit by Shane Morris. He thought he was through there, and then here comes, look at the 99. He's blowing his way through that pack as well. So, bunch of cars involved here.
The 80 got loose right there as Graffiti's was coming back up, and he just got loose right into him.
And Shane Morris tries to come to a stop right there, and Van Leer says, nah, we need a little bit more contact. So let's take a look here one more time. We're going to look at this from, let's see, we're going to look at this from here. We'll look at this from Andrew's perspective. You see him down here on the bottom. Go back and look at Birch. If I can find him here in the 80. So there's the 1, the 80 getting together. Youngblood. Watch the 37 of Youngblood. He gets through this, but then here comes Shane Morris in the 75, catches him right there. Crane also kind of getting involved in it there in the 6.
Just gets clipped.
77 going to make his way through, and then here comes the 75. Slams on his brakes right there, and then Van Leer kind of gives him a nice little punt. So We had about half the field involved in that one right there, Tim. Here on lap, where we at? Lap 84, 47 to go.
Yeah, 47 to go. You know, this is for sure. If these guys come into pit lane, fill up on fuel, and change 4 tires, they'll be able to finish this race strong. Again, they gotta really start watching how they're throttling up. They gotta easy into that brake, and just let the track come to you. Don't try to overdrive it. I think that's what's happening with a few of these guys.
All right, let's take a look at our lap leaders here. For a while, it was all Dale Adamson, but we've now had 6 different leaders on the racetrack. Dale's led 457. Crane's only other driver in double digits was 14. Clifton, Mazalowski, Austin Reds has led 3. Lewis now has led 2, and it's a 67 of Mazalowski. Is it Mazalowski? I hope he finishes on the podium tonight so he can correct this stuff. So we'll just call him Chase Mozzarella.
We'll call him Mozzarella.
Mozzarella leading the race. So the 67 now out in front. Lights are out on the pace car as we come off of turn number 2. Lap 85. We pitted about 7 laps ago on lap 78. 46 to go. I'm guessing the drivers think they can make it the rest of the way. And Jersey Mike subs on the side of the 67. I like a good Jersey Mike sub.
You're making me hungry again here, Chris. Every time we do a race together, we've got to say something about a food truck that's out there. And of course, right behind it is the beverage. So.
Yeah, a little Jersey Mike sub with some Budweiser right there with mozzarella and Lewis. And that 67 is going to get a really good jump here on the start.
Massive jump.
So single file restart right here. It looks like so mozzarella out in front. Lewis, Adams, Clifton. And Adamson's now worked his way up into the top 5 after kind of being off sync with his pit stop. So to watch that 46, he led a lot of this race early. Can he make his way back to the front? Nolan Crane in the 6 right there behind him, Youngblood as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That 46 got himself back in the top 5, and I think that was his strategy. You know, we're going to run a little long. I'm good on long runs, so I'm going to fight my way back to the front towards the end of the race.
Some side-by-side racing going on back here in the back with Gonzalez, and it looks like Grafitas. Zachary Mertz, the lap truck in the 99 down there on the inside. Birch right there in this fight as well. You can see the 35 of Mason Olney right there in front of this group. But up front right now, it is Chase Mozzarella in the 67. Second place of 29 of Lewis kind of blinking in and out right there. And then it's Adams, Clifton, Adamson, Crane, Thompson, your top 7. Wyatt Youngblood, who was involved in that last caution. Doesn't look like he took a lot of damage. He's back up here in 8th right now trying to chase down the leaders.
Yeah, he's doing a good job keeping himself in this one here. You know, getting turned early. And you're right, I don't think he took a whole lot of damage, so I think he's okay. And see if he can fight to the front here.
3 wide racing back here in the middle of the pack. It's Gonzalez up on the outside. Only there in the middle. It looks like the 18 of LaFrance down on the bottom of the racetrack. Get back up into the battle for the front here. Let's see if Adams has made up any ground. Looking at the last time by, fastest car on the racetrack, or fastest truck on the racetrack, was your leader at a 23.499. He about 0.2 of a second clear of the rest of the field as he is now set out to over a second advantage. So started in 4th of this race. Now going to get up here to the front here on this last caution flag. And right now setting a blistering pace. He is putting a gap right now to Colin Lewis.
Well, let's just hope it's a big enough gap when they get towards the end of the run, into the race. These guys will start reeling them in once they get the tire over.
All right, we're going to come across the stripe and start lap 92. We're going to do a little crank it up here for you for our lap. Or maybe 2. Chase Bezalowski still out in front. Chase Mozzarella in the 67 is led about the last, since we went back to green here, about 10 laps ago. So he's stretching his lead out right now, 1.1 seconds back to Lewis. But as we, and there goes the 15. He's getting loose off the corner. He's going to save it. Kind of loose in that tri-oval section there. Nice save from Jeff Clifton in the 15. Going to get able to get back up on the racetrack in front of Rez.
Good job getting back on the racetrack and not bringing out a caution. I think Mazelewski here is hoping to slow screen, and you know, a caution right there would have changed everything, I think.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
He's really building a gap. He's at 1.2567 now, so he's still holding a good lead and pulling away.
Yeah, it's just going to depend on whether he's using it. Is he using his stuff up too early? 35 laps left to go in this race. You know, we're going to have to see how that works out. He's doing a good job pacing around the bottom, but he is, last time by, about even with everybody, all about within about 1/10 of a second. This time by, lap times are starting to fade off about 1/10 of a second now. As we take a look here at Colin Lewis in the 29 in the second spot. 6 of Crane right now up to 5th. Adamson thought maybe this 46 might find his way back up to the front here. I mean, he's up into 4th, but I thought he had such good pace earlier. He might charge back to the front on the restart, but he's just not been able to. He's kind of fallen back here a little bit. But let's see if he can find some at the end of this, because Adamson and Thompson both were looking really good on the long runs. I'm hoping for a green flag run all the way throughout this.
Yeah, me too. And I'm watching that 46 right there. If you watch his line, he's not getting too close to the inside. He's staying right in the middle. So he's hanging on to his tires while he's still competing here. He's not wearing them out. And if you look in contrast, you look at the leader, how far down to the white line he goes. See him there. He's burning up his tires. That 46 is hanging on to his.
And we're about ready to get a battle here for second right now. Adams is sneaking up onto the back of Lewis. Adamson right there lurking in the 4th spot. You can see Adams running about this middle, kind of run about a middle to the top groove right there. Enters in the middle, comes and lets the truck drift up off the corner. That could save his tires here in the long run. You got Lewis kind of holding the truck down on the bottom. You can see the different runs right there. Adamson actually kind of different strategy there. Adamson entering in the middle, diving to the bottom off the corner. Lewis kind of entering in the middle and drifting up to the top of the racetrack. So just a lot of different lines here to run at Iowa. It's just really fun to watch to see who's going to pick the right one here. But it's definitely going to get racy as we get down to about 31 laps left to go as we just hit lap 100.
And I think Adamson there, you can see that he takes these little chunks of time as he goes down towards the white line once in a while. He'll stay in that middle for about a lap or two, and you'll see him hit down in the inside next to that white line and pick up a little bit more time. So I think what he's doing is just kind of chipping away, saving his tires at the same time. And we got two cars together. 60 into the wall.
That was
green.
Still green flags. So it was the 18 of LaFrance, and Van Leerder was outside. It looked like LaFrance just kind of drifted up the racetrack, caught the side of the 60. That's going to turn him around right there. But we're going to stay green flag in the air. We'll see. Can we see what happened here real quick as well. About 29 laps left to go. We see the 18 and the 60. They come off of turn number 2, kind of nose to tail. And you can see the 60, you're kind of in the middle of the racetrack, 18 down on the bottom, and the 18 gets in there, and I think you're going to see the truck just kind of push up, or are they just going to come together? And the 18 just starts drifting up right there and just gets into the left rear quarter.
Yep.
Sends the 60
just washed
up into the outside wall. All right, back up front here. Evan Adams is about to have his hands full with the 46 of Dale Adamson. He is coming right now. The 46 has got about 28 laps left to go. He is going to, if he has any chance to catch that 67, he has got to get clear of Adams and Lewis here real quick.
Yeah, and I think what you're going to see here is he's just going to follow along. He's just going to stay in that middle lane. He's not going to do anything crazy right now. And he's just slowly picking away at that lead.
And Chase now about a second and a half to the good. 27 laps left to go. Lewis is going to have to get something put together real quick if he is going to have any chance of reeling him in. And it's a 2-second gap back to Adams and Adamson. Crane and Thompson switching spots back here. They're side by side. 27 and the 6.
Banging.
So Thompson now trying to make his way back to the front. He ran second a lot. And the 6 gets loose right there off the corner. That was close. Thompson was close enough behind him. It didn't look like there was any contact. He might have been close enough for a little net code or something there. But it looked like 6 just kind of lost the back of the truck. We saw him struggle early, or excuse me, on one of the last runs towards the end of that kind of middle to the end of that stint as well. But I don't know if that was air, net code, or what that was. But nice save right there by Nolan Crane in the 6.
Yeah, that was a great save. He's just falling off right now. He's he's wheeling that truck, and there's nothing he can really do to keep anybody from going around him right now.
All right, we got 24 laps left to go, 107 down. Our leader will give you a little top 10 rundown here. We've got this little graphic for that here, so let's see where's it at. There it is right there. So your top 10 right now, it's also on the tower, but I like this little show up this graphic here. The Chase Matzalowski there, Colin Lewis, Evan Adams, Dale Adamson. I'm going to get that right before the season's over. Andrew Thompson, Austin Rez, Nolan Crane, Jeff Clifton, Wyatt Youngblood, and Charlie Birch has moved way up into the top 10. So that's where we stand right now with 109 laps down, 22 laps left to go here at Iowa for the Nitrozone Racing League. My name is Chris Murphy with Tim White in the booth. We're going to be here all season long with you. And this is kind of amazing. I love this technology. I mean, you're in Florida, I'm in Oregon. We're sitting there watching guys race from all over the country. And, I started sim racing myself back in like the late 90s. So it's just really cool to see where everything's gone over the last 25, 26 years, especially with iRacing being now, about 15 years old now, I think, at this point. Yeah,
this is just, it's amazing how technology can bring people together from other ends of the country. And, it's a pleasure doing this with you. And we got a little bit of issue there. But no, it's been a pleasure doing this with you. Pleasure doing this tonight. Great racing. And I'm looking forward to finishing out the year with you in beautiful sunny Florida.
It's going to be like 50 degrees and raining here next week, so I might come down and visit.
We're probably looking about 85 degrees and sunny tomorrow, as it's been pretty much every day for the last 3-4 weeks.
So we look here at the 67, still building up that lead, almost 2-second advantage now back to Colin Lewis in the 29, and he's put some separation on himself between Adams and Adamson as well. So, but hey, we got some more coverage coming for you. The rest coming up tomorrow night with the half-decent, I had to think about it for a second, the half-decent Xfinity Series. Our first night covering that league on Friday night. It's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. Then we're back Tuesday night with the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprint Series. And we got a caution in
Caution's
there.
out.
It looks like it might be Grafitas again here in the 1.
Yep.
I see Mertz maybe
99
involved.
in the 1 maybe.
And it looks like maybe Burse also involved in this one. 77 of Burse has not had a great night. Let's see if we can see what happened here with Grafitas. Well, Grafitas down on the bottom of the racetrack, kind of pushing up here. The 99 and Mertz to his outside. Let's see if we can see what happens here. 99, they just come together.
It just comes right up onto him, yep.
Grafitas and Mertz just kind of meet each other in the middle of the racetrack right there. Hard into the outside wall. And then somewhere Burst comes into this as well. So look at the 77 here down on the bottom. Kind of trying to drive through here. No, just a slowdown. So it actually misses it. So Mertz and Grafitas.
Chris,
yes, sir.
This changes everything. The 67's run is going to come to an end here, and I would have to imagine you're going to see everybody come down and grab some tires.
I would think so. The caution flag in the air right now, and here they come, all coming down to pit road right now. Bezalowski, Lewis, Adamson. All right, so
here's where you're going to see fireworks.
We'll see if anybody has a little bit different strategy. See if somebody takes 2, if they all take 4. We'll see how this plays out. Well,
at the very least, I would take 2 right sides here. At the very least.
All right, so while we got this pit stop, we're going to take a step away for just a minute, and you're going to get a word here from Admin Box. Admin Box, if you're a race controller out there, this is one of the best tools you can buy in the market. Check it out. Use the code DRSN-BOX, BOXX, for a discount on your order. All right, we're back live. Lights are out on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. 14 laps left to go. We'll take the green flag here with 13 to go. And look who has found his way up towards the front of this pack. It's the 15 of Jeff Clifton. Looks like maybe Clifton might have taken 2 tires on that stop. I think we take a quick look at it here before we go green. And exactly the case right there. The 15 with 2 tires.
Everybody else I know, I was watching, they took 4. So we'll see how that works out.
So Jeff Clifton now with the lead here. Chase Menzelowski to his outside. Adams and Adamson right there behind him. We're going to go green here.
Taking 2
13
for,
to go.
Remember taking 2 for Mers didn't work out for him.
All right, Clifton gets a good jump though right here, and he's going to get a good start down the front straightaway this week. He's going to move up in front of the 67 as they head into turn number 1. The 15 of Clifton now out in front in the cookout number 15. Menzelowski gets a little bit loose there on the outside with a little bit of wiggle. They're 3 wide behind him with Adams, Adamson, and Lewis. Lewis down to the bottom of the racetrack underneath the 12. He has to check up just a little bit.
They're getting racy here, boys.
Lewis is going to come up the racetrack. Does a nice job of keeping it pinned down to the bottom. The 29, the 12, and the 46 now side by side, or 3 wide actually for that 3rd spot. The 44 and the 12. The 27 is getting loose on the bottom. Thompson gets loose. He is going to slide a bit
hard into the wall.
Come up and catch the 6 car, and the 35 is going to. That is murder. Murder on the back straightaway right there. As 35 of Mason only just clobbers the passenger side door of the 27.
My goodness.
But it looked like it all started when Thompson got loose on the bottom. So we're gonna.
Yep, cold tires. These guys they're throttling it too soon. They're not being patient, letting those tires heat up. They're just kicking the back end out.
All right, let's see what happens here to Thompson down here on the bottom. He gets in on the bottom of the racetrack. It looked like he maybe just got a little bit loose, got the truck into the corner, got down in the apron, I think is what started it. He's trying to keep it pinned down because that 44's got him pinched down pretty hard. Thompson gets loose. He's going to try to correct it, overcorrects it, gets up into the 6, up into the outside wall, gets sideways and watch the 35 come along. It's still coming. It's still coming. Boom.
Bam.
That is going to do some damage to the right side of that truck. I did not see a meatball flag pop up, but we see a bunch of drivers now going to take advantage and come down into the pits. So Thompson, who had a really good run going on earlier. You know, let's take a look at Mr. Cool. Is he still Mr. Cool in this situation right now? We're going to see here.
There he is. No change in expression.
No, so unfortunately, you can see Andrew Thompson having to make his way down pit road with some damage. I'm sure he's going to have, I don't know if we have any faster players in this league or not, but
I think we do.
We'll keep an eye on the 27 here as he comes down into the pits.
He'd be a heck of a poker player, I can tell you that.
You can find a camera. There he is. Yeah, that was definitely a faster player. Here comes the 27 back out on the racetrack. All right, we've got 10 laps left to go at the moment. Lights are still out on the pace car. I think we're going to go out as we come across the stripe, so we're going to restart with about 8 to go. Thank you for being here with us, Chris Murphy and Tim White, up here in the booth for you, bringing you coverage here with the Nitrozone Racing League here on DRSN. As we started to say before that incident happened, tomorrow night, the Half Decent Racing League. Tuesday night, we're going to be here for the Dirty Old Bastards 360 Sprint Racing at Charlotte. If you like some good dirt track racing sprint cars, there are some of the top drivers in all of iRacing in a sprint car involved in that Dirty Old Bastards League, so don't miss that race. That is going to be a fun one to watch at Charlotte. Then we're going to be back Tuesday night as well with the Western Racing League, another truck series on Tuesday night, and then we'll be back here next Thursday night again with the Nitrozone Racing League at Rockingham. Well, busy week coming up here on DRSN. Don't miss all the action. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a like. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your grandparents, whatever you got out there. Turn on DRSN. We'll give them a good show.
Tell everybody.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to see some racing here. The track has now got the good 3 full racing lines, and I can guarantee you this top 10 is going to be using all 3 of them.
All right, come across the line there, 8 to go, so we're going to go green with 7 laps left to go as they come around. It's Menzelowski, Clifton, Adamson, Lewis, Adams, Gonzalez, Rez, Birch. Birch with a great run here in the 80 after being involved in a couple incidents in the Charlotte Hornets sponsored number 80. made his way up into the top 10. He's up to 9th right now. Our biggest mover of the race is Clifton, up 9 spots. We've actually got a graphic for that here somewhere. Here we go. Biggest movers of the race, Clifton up to 9, up 9 spots. Rez up 9 as well. Brady Schaub up 6 spots. Shane Morris and Birch all up 4 to 5 spots as well. And it looks like the 75 of Morris going to pull that into the pits right there. All right, so going to come.
All right,
pace
boys,
in.
pull them tight.
I got a buddy who has a saying for that. I got to remember that. But pull your belts down tight. Here we go. Call the grandparents as Medzalowski out in front. Clifton now falls back to second there on his restart. Adamson, look at the 46. He led a lot of this race early, trying to get back to the front. But the 67 of Chase Medzalowski is going to make his way to the back to the front here, and he is already about a half a second out to the good. And Clifton,
Man, what a jump.
Yeah, great jump. And Clifton with only 2 tires right there. You can already see him struggling. Is he going to hold up his group behind him? Lewis now with a great move. He is going to split the 46 and the 15. He's now going to move up to second. Adamson in the 46, now trying to get by Clifton for the 3rd spot. Clifton did everything he, taking those 2 tires was a great strategy to get him to the front, but it just does not look like it's going to pay off for him.
And he's doing everything he can right here to run him down. Here comes that 46 too, so you're going to see something here at the end.
Our leaders are out. 67 loses it. He's down
He
pit road.
loses it.
That is going to, I see a black flag for speeding on pit road for him there. We'll see what that happens. But the 67, our leader, has gone off the racetrack. Let's see if we can take a quick look here and see what happened as we were watching the drivers behind him.
Colin Lewis. Oh, he just runs up too high in the corner and tried to correct it.
Yeah, he just tried to pinch the car from hitting the outside wall. Drove down into the grass. Actually does a really good job from not hitting anything. But we're going to get back to live here real quick because we've only got 4 laps left to go. Lewis now is going to take the lead in the 29. The 46 of Adamson right there behind. Colin Lewis has looked strong all year long. Looking to pick up a win here tonight. It looks like Evan Adamson, the 12, and the 15 of Clifton going at it for 3rd for our last podium spot. Clifton doing a good job on those 2 tires right now, Tim.
Sure is, and I'm surprised that he's doing that well, but that just goes to show you the skill level of that driver right there.
Coming off turn number 4, going to come across the stripe. 2 laps left to go for Colin Lewis. Dale Adamson, Jeff Clifton right there in the 3rd spot behind. Oh, and Clifton's going to go around.
Oh.
Clifton is going to go around into the infield. Where'd he go? There you go. Exact same situation that we saw with the 67 of Madzalowski. We'll have to go
Just
back
as we say it, around he goes.
Doing a good job on those 2 tires, but it looks like it caught up him. I don't know if he got a little help from behind right there. We'll go back and take a look once we finish this up because we're going to come across the line here. 1 to go for the 29 of Colin Lewis, Dale Adamson, Evan Adams, Austin Rez. Now up to 4th. Charlie Birch doing a great job. He's made his way all the way up into the top 5 for the 80 truck. But down the back straightaway right now, it is the 29 of Colin Lewis. Adamson trying to run him down, but he is not going to be able to make it that amount of distance in the last corner here. Lewis off of 4, going to come across the line, going to take the win here at Iowa. Adamson going to come home in 2nd. He's going to take the shortcut across the grass. That looks like didn't go with Adams actually.
Great run from that 29. Made up for last week. Made up for last week's race in Atlanta for him.
So fantastic win here tonight for the 29. We're going to go back here and take a quick look and see what happened to Clifton. Let's see if we can see this here. So Clifton was running up in the top 3, came off of 4. He's got Evan Adams right there behind him in the 12. So you can almost see, let's see here. He just starts drifting up the racetrack. Does Adams get in the back of him here? No, he just loses it. Just loses the back of the truck, and around he goes. So the 15 had done a good job, put himself into a spot for the podium, but not going to be able to finish it off right there. We're going to take one last look at our driver cams here. Let's see here. Dale Adamson, Evan Adams, Mason, only Colin Lewis, our winner down there in the bottom. Let's see if we can highlight him right there. There we go. So it looks like he's doing some donuts out there on the racetrack. We go to live time here.
Burn it down, Colin Lewis.
Colin Lewis is going to take the win here tonight at Iowa. Let's see if we can find him in our booth here. My dog's
coming to get him.
I think my dog's snoring behind me here. Let's see. I don't see anybody in any of the chats at the moment. Let's see what we got here. Unless I'm missing something.
Must be teammates.
Yeah, I don't see. We got a waiting room. We got Evan Adams in there right now. We'll see if we can get Colin Lewis in there with us. We've got Colin up on the. Actually, you know what? This is kind of unique, but we actually, our top 3 drivers all have webcams for us tonight. So,
Nice.
all right. So, looks like Colin has joined us in the waiting room. Let's see if we can bring him in here with us. Colin, hey, you got Chris and Tim in the booth, buddy. Congratulations, fantastic run out there tonight.
Hey, thank you so much, man. That was a fun race to do.
Thanks for sharing the webcam with us. We got you live on the cam right now too, as well, just so you're aware. But just so you don't do anything crazy for us there. But no, good job. Thanks again for that. And hey, it looked like late Chase kind of had you covered right there. Did you think you could have ran him down if he hadn't made that mistake?
No, he was really quick. I think if we went green there, he would have won that race. Luckily, that caution came out, and fresher tires prevailed.
Well, let's see. The first couple races of the season have not really gone your way. You kind of just sticking with us here, but you've been fast all season long. Just you had to know you were going to get your first win here before too long.
Yeah, Daytona was good for us till the end. Atlanta was good for us till the end, and then we finally made something stick here. So, I'm really glad all of our team, Frontier Motorsports, really put together a really good car today. All my teammates did it pretty well today. So hopefully we can get it back together for next week.
You got anything, Tim?
Colin Lewis, nice job here tonight, buddy. Tough break at Daytona, tough break at Atlanta. You're running pretty well. It just couldn't get it done. But tonight, boy, nice job. You got yourself a nice lead out there and kept it. Did you feel that the tire wear was really a problem in the later runs, or did you kind of plan for that?
I try to plan for it as much as possible. You can only really do what you can when you're up front, trying to keep your positions. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job at keeping the tires under control. It did build tight towards the end of the run, around the 30 or 40 lap mark. But after that long run, we didn't really have any green flag runs after that. So it was just pace is what kept us up front.
Yeah, great job. So the way to bring that 29 Budweiser to the finish line in P1, buddy. Nice job.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, and we got Phoenix next week. How you feel about Phoenix? Another kind of a unique racetrack.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun. Not sure. I need to get some practice laps in there. Last time I ran that was C-fixed like 3 weeks ago. So let's see what happens.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks again. Thanks for sharing the cam with us. Congratulations. And before we go, anybody else you want to give a thanks to?
No, not really. No, that was a fun race, though. I really appreciate you guys broadcasting this. Thank you, guys.
It's our pleasure.
All right, buddy. Have a good rest of the week. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Yep. See you Thursday.
All right. Let's see who else we got here. So we got Dale Adamson here. Let's see. I think Dale's got a camera for us. There he is. So we're going to bring Dale up into the booth. Dale, hey, buddy. You got Chris and Tim in the booth, and you've got you out live on camera as well. How you doing there, man?
Doing good. It's a bit unfortunate. Tonight I put it on pole and unfortunately finished second place behind Colin Lewis here tonight at Iowa Speedway. Man, it was definitely a show with the cautions there at the end, but I did everything I could to push her there at the end to try and catch him. It was just trying to manage my tires, when to push them, when to not push them, but given the circumstances, what was happening, I didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah, you did a little bit different pit strategy there. That about second or third caution flag, you came in a little bit late. Do you think that might have set you back just a little bit there for a while during the middle of the run?
I felt like that could have played a little bit of a part in it because I felt like I should have pitted before when I did pit then to see if that would have changed anything. But I felt like that would have given me a few more extra laps to like at least manage my tires, and maybe I could have had something there for him there at the last few laps there, but I guess that late call kind of did set me back quite a bit, so I'll still take second place finishing here tonight. It's not too bad.
Yeah, good finish. Your teammate Colby Limitless Motorsports teammate wasn't able to take the green flag there tonight, so you're carrying the flag for the whole team there.
Yeah, I had my teammate Evan Adams behind me there. He was running pretty good up there at the front too. I'll give him credit. He was running real good. He was running real good, and he seems like a solid driver. He's, at least trying to make a name for himself. I feel like he's solid. He's been running up in the top fives, top threes, top tens here and there, but looking forward to Phoenix next week. That's going to be interesting, to say the least, for 120 laps, I believe. So, and it's a daytime race, so it's going to be a lot of tire strategies going on there at that track.
Well, I grew up in the Phoenix area, and if it's going to be a daytime race, just be glad you're sitting in your sim rig and not actually at the racetrack in Phoenix. I'll tell you that
Oh
much.
boy, I heard it's pretty hot out there,
Well,
especially during daytime races.
fantastic run, man. Hey, Tim, you got anything for Dale?
Yeah, Dale Adamson here, Tim White in the booth. Hey, nice job on this P2. And you kind of answered my question already. I kind of thought maybe, with your early starts and getting those big leads and you had some good, nice long runs and staying way out in front, I thought maybe your pit strategy was to go ahead and, get some tires late, stay back in the field and catch everybody later and take advantage of your good run there. So, yeah, you kind of answered my question, but great job in your P2. And looking forward to seeing you next week at Phoenix.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one. Have a good one. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Yes, sir. You too. Take it easy, guys.
You bet. All right. So we got our third place runner here. Let's see if we can get Evan up into the booth. Evan Adams. Hey, buddy. You got Chris and Tim in the booth. Welcome to the podium this week, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your webcam. We got you on the screen right now too, by the way. So just so you're aware, so you don't throw babies up in the air or do anything crazy. But hey, man, fantastic run there. You started back in ninth, crawled your way up into the podium. Did you have a little help from your teammates there, or you just kind of how'd your night go for you?
The first couple runs, it was just saving with the 18, my teammate, and we were stuck behind the 37 and 44 for that first run, and we finally got them on I believe the second or third run. I found myself in fifth or sixth there until the end, where the leader made a mistake and the guy number 15 right in front of me made a mistake as well. So I ended up in third.
So
that's.
Well, sometimes it's you just got to take advantage of others' mistakes and just stay out of trouble right there, and that's exactly what you did. But we actually noticed, and Tim commented earlier in the night, and I'm probably taking away his question from him, but we noticed you like to use the Formula wheel. Do you do a lot of road course racing, or do you really like the feel of that?
It was a hand me down from my dad. That's what he used, and I mean it kind of gives you to be able to do both, and we're both F1 fans, so I also do F1 as well, but not as much anymore.
I used to broadcast some races on the F1 on the Xbox, so I'm a F1 fan myself. So, but hey, man, so we got Phoenix next week. How you feeling about that?
I feel stronger about Phoenix than this week. I didn't know where I'd fall. I thought I'd be mid-pack, which I was in the beginning, and it felt like my truck got a little faster at the end there. So
excellent.
Hopefully we can bring home a win instead of 2/3 or 3/3 in a row.
Well, Tim, you got anything?
Evan Adams, Tim White here in the booth. Yeah, Chris did take my question away. I was just looking at your wheel there during the race. I was like, how does he run these trucks with that F1 wheel? I don't know if I could do that. I've got the DD1 and I've got the removable wheels and I've got an F1. There's no way I could run one of these trucks in an F1 wheel. But great job on your P3, 3 in a row. I mean, hey, that puts you, that gets you the same points every week, and that's always good. So did you notice, in the longer runs, you notice which line on this track was best for you? Was it middle, high, or did you thrive a little more on the inside?
In the beginning of the run, it felt like throwing it in there and just rolling the bottom in the first few laps of a run was for sure the fastest. But you kind of start sliding up as the run goes on. I kind of found myself diamonding it if I was stuck behind someone in dirty air, trying to save tires and get by. But yeah, I kind of just faded up as the run went on.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like a lot of guys were doing that. They were hitting it hard on the inside there on that white line, and you know, a little further in the run, they'd kind of wash up on the exit. But you did a pretty good job on it, working yourself way back up to third, and great job on that. We're looking forward to seeing you next week in Arizona.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Adam, before we get you out here, buddy, anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Well, have a good week, and we'll see you next Thursday.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you.
See ya.
All right, that's going to do it for us here tonight at Iowa. Your winner is going to be the 29 of Colin Lewis. We'll see if we bring him some results here real quick for you.
It's good to see him finally get up there and get that win, Chris.
Yeah, he's had some struggles here first couple of weeks. He's been fast every race, so it is good to see him get to the front. But Colin Lewis only led 7 laps of this race, but that's all he needed right there to take home the win. Dale Adamson coming home in the second spot. Evan Adams in third. In fourth, it's going to be Austin Rez. Austin with a good run all the way from 16th. Charlie Birch getting up into the top 5 after being involved in a couple early incidents. Nicholas LaFrance as well. Andrew Thompson had a strong truck all night long, but unfortunately get involved in an incident late. Wyatt Youngblood, Luigi Gonzalez, Nolan Crane is going to round out the top 10. We'll go back a page here. There we go. Chase Mozzarella Madzalowski back in 11th, led a lot of this race, but made that mistake off of turn number 4 late. Going to cost him a chance at the win. Brady Shaw, George Graffitis, Jeff Clifton, Lieven Van Leer, Asa Burst, Mason Olney, Shane Morris, Brian Post in the 19th spot, Michael Boyd back there in 20th. And then it was Zachary Mertz down. Zachary was done quite a few laps, and it was Brady Zeller and Kobe Luca. Neither one took the green flag here at Iowa. So interesting night here for sure. Fun race here at Iowa. I thought we'd have probably a couple more cautions than I expected there, Tim. I thought we'd have more green flag runs, but we definitely had a couple of pretty long runs as we see the 46 and the 29 going at it here after the race.
Yeah, it was a little surprising to see as many cautions as we've seen, especially with the multiple line racing you have here. And typically, you see a lot of green flag runs, but yeah, you know, all in all, I think it was a great race. These guys fought it out hard. They were good at managing their tires, and a lot of them followed the 3 steps. And you know, obviously, Colin Lewis followed him to a T because he's in the winner's circle tonight.
And that is going to bring us to a close here for the Frontier 150, brought to you by Andrew Thompson Racing. We will be back, like we said, tomorrow night for the Half Decent Racing League, our first night coverage with him. But thanks, Tim, for being up here in the booth with us, and from everybody at DRSN, thanks for choosing to spend your evening with us. You could have been doing something else, I'm sure, but I'm glad you were here with us. I'm Chris Murphy. Keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We'll see you next time. Good night.